Hey guys, Paul from paulniger.com. I want to intro this really good topic that I think would be beneficial for you. Uh, it's about how to hack your brain for success. And this is something that a lot of people think, well, what is within my brain, the way my thought pattern works is the way it's going to be. It's fixed, it's solidified, and that's it. But that's not true, because the way you think can be changed. You know, I had a client the other day talking to me. He was like, man, I'm almost negative all day and I don't know how to get around those thoughts. And I was like, well, what we do every day when we're here together is like getting you to overcome that negativity. He goes, yeah, but I feel good when I'm here, but when I leave, I'm back to that negativity. And then so I was asking him, I was like, well, what point of your day do you feel the most negative? And he explains that he's at work and he sees the amount of work that he has to do, and he has a negative outlook towards the amount of work that he's got to do. He feels that he's not capable of finishing it in time. He doesn't feel he's going to do a good job. So all of these things are rehearsing in his brain for an 8-hour period. So I was like, do what you're doing. You're exercising strength towards the negative. I go, what you need to do is to overcome that train of thought is just redirect it. So just like any muscle or anything you want to do, you need to exercise and provide action towards what it is that you want to change. So for example, like I mentioned, exercise, the more you lift weights or whatever, the more you run, the more you're going to build an athletic ability. So I go the same thing. So as much as it is hard right now to think positive what we're doing, you have to do that. You have to apply practice towards it. And the easiest way to do it is just to have a paradigm shift. So rather than seeing an abundance of work that you feel that you're incapable of doing, just understand that you still have this job, and think the reason why you have this amount of work is because your employers have trusted you. They can rely on you. They think that you are the one amongst the other people that can actually get the job done. So I go right away, so now you can switch from a negative and daunting task. You're like, man, you're the one, you're the chosen one, you're the one who can do this work. And so you just change that. So the more you can exercise and practice a different train of thought, the more you will reinforce that. So another example is, just think of the train of thought that we carry on most of our lives is the one that we create a tendency towards. So we create more neural pathways towards that thing. So the brain frequency works in that direction. So think of a road, and there's a fork in the road, and then one direction is going to go towards a paved road, and the other one is more like it's got potholes, got overgrown bush, it's not even a dirt road, you know what I mean? So the more you spend time on one road, the more it becomes groomed. So that's your natural tendency. So if his natural tendency is negativity, he's going towards that route. So what he needs to do is, like I said, is reroute where he's going, and the more he travels on that path, the more time he spends on that path, and it'll become more groomed, and it's gonna be an easier journey for him. So the more you can change, and the more you're willing to change, whether through paradigm shift or just a different outlook on life, the more neural pathways you can create to create a different change, you know, the way you see things. So, and that will once again rewrite your beliefs, your patterns of thought, so that now you're no longer gonna have that negativity. You're gonna be more positive. So it's called rewriting your story as well, so or change your story. So a lot of times, like even when you look towards your past, you think that you were a victim, this was a mistake, this was a setback. You think of all these things, and the more you rehearse that in your mind, the more powerful it becomes. And also another thing is, the more you will emotionalize towards that thought. So it's the emotions that actually ingrain it. So if you think of yourself a past event, for example, that was kind of traumatic for you, and you thought of yourself as a victim, the more you replay that in your mind, it actually gets worse. So what you want to do is, like I said, have a paradigm shift, think of it differently, see the value in what happened in that trauma and how it brought you to this moment, and see the light in it. And when you're able to do that, then you can start to change and rewrite your story, create new neural pathways in that direction. Anyways, you're gonna have to read my blog. My full blog is at paulniger.com, and my last name is spelled Nijar. See ya.